I want to talk to the show, brother. What do you got planned on your channel and with Locked On 49er?
My 49ers channel, and this is not a shot at anybody. I love doing my YouTube show. Do it usually at least 2 times in the morning. But as you know, 49ers content, I do Locked On 49ers. First of all, Locked On 49ers 5 days a week is myself, Brian Peacock. We come at you.
Mhm.
That ain't never going nowhere. We love that platform. That's awesome on the Locked On Network. But my own thing is like, I don't know, kind of like at times gets a little not overwhelming. That's not the right word for it. But I hate that it had it like right now, us is just football talking. We're just talking about things, stuff like that. A lot of times in the comments and different things, and people come at you, it like gets so combative.
Yeah,
And it's like that's
yeah.
not what I really got into talking on YouTube and stuff like that. Like I just wanted something where it's like, hey man, this is what I'm thinking, and let's talk about it and let's just have a conversation. And a lot of people don't know how to have a conversation. So I still
Yeah.
do my show, but definitely not at the volume that I ideally would like because I don't know. There's kind of some of the fun in it has kind of been stripped a little bit. So I might get more back into just wide receiver, defensive back content, draft
Mhm.
content, doing more technical work on the receiver, defensive back position because I enjoy doing that, and nobody can really strip that joy. But it is always fun coming on other channels and just conversing and talking 49 football for sure.
Well, I always appreciate having you on, man. I know everybody else does as well, man. Thank you guys very much. Make sure you subscribe to Eric Crocker's channel. You subscribe to Locked On 49ers, and I'm sure you're already following him on Twitter. He's got the good advice on Underdog as well, man. Croc, man, pleasure having you on again, brother.
All right, anytime.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, man. What's up, folks? Want to take a second to shout out Underdog Fantasy, who is a sponsor of the channel. If you visit the description, there's a link in the details that'll take you to Underdog Fantasy. Click that link, use promo code Hensley, and they will match up to $100 of your initial deposit. You can bet on anything from football to basketball, baseball, tennis, you name it, it's in there. Use promo code Hensley. They'll match up to $100 of your initial deposit. It helps you out, and it helps me out. I appreciate it. All right, man. Look who's here. The twin. What's up, buddy?
What's cracking, man? Can you hear me?
Hear you good, man. The beard looking better than ever. Looks fuller, thicker.
Like it's
Looking
cold out
good,
there,
man.
man.
It's cold out in the streets, huh? Yeah, man.
Let's
How you
go.
doing, bud? It's been a minute. It's been about a week. It seems longer for some reason.
For sure, man. Hey, what a weekend.
Yeah. Talk to me
What
about
a
it.
weekend, man.
Yeah. What's the highlight for you of the weekend? And
I think we
how's
just
Law doing, by the way, man?
man, you know what? I think he finally came to the conclusion that something is definitely not right. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Some of the things we talked about in week 5 has finally come to not only fruition, but I think it's really cemented and tattooed on his brain. Like, I think they might know what they're talking about. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? So, man, I'm gonna keep my bro in prayers because it's gonna be a rough week, man. Because they hurting out there in Dallas. It's they hearts frozen like a Marion music video back in the 2000s. It's an icebox where their heart used to be right now, and they definitely need some TLC.
Ouch.
So,
Damn. Yeah. You think McCarthy is gonna stick around or what?
I don't think McCarthy did an exit interview last night. I think he got chauffeured out when the
Mm.
time his 000. I think your boy Jerry Jones called people like, "Hey man, his key fob, it don't work no more. I need you to cut it right now."
Damn. Yeah, I'm expecting any minute we see something on Twitter talking about McCarthy's gone, man. I'd be surprised because Jerry Jones, he don't play, man. He doesn't have a lot of patience for this type of stuff. It doesn't seem like to me.
I think it was the embarrassment, man. It's one thing to lose, but that was like watching the Golden State Warriors first half when you like they let put up 73 points on somebody. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It was just I was like, oh my god.
So what do you think about these Packers, man? They just whooped on the Cowboys. What do you think about the Packers coming to Levi's this coming week?
Respect,
Hmm.
you know. Um, at the end of the day, we need to be respectful of our opponent. Early turnovers can cause momentum to shift. It can cause confidence. It can cause belief. You give men hope. It's one thing to give one man hope, but when you give 22 other men out there hope and just the belief that something can happen, the impossible can happen. That's a
Mm-hmm.
hard momentum to try to break and shift and turn it to the other direction. So we need to make sure, man, we're playing a tight discipline game. Discipline. We need to be
Yes.
disciplined, man. We need to make sure we do the small things. And number one thing, the trenches. You saw Dallas got beat up and down in the trenches compared to what it was that the Green Bay Packers did. So we really got to make a conscious effort to go out there and say, if we got to run this ball effectively, but just nasty, we need to make sure we do it. Hey, Trent Williams, we go ride you back to the god doggone Super Bowl, my baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this job done, you know?
Yeah, I think the Packers. I definitely respect the Packers. Jordan Love has played phenomenal over the last. I think Grant tweeted out something. The last 10 games, he's just been ridiculous. He started
Yeah.
off a little rough, but got in the groove, and he's just been balling out of control.
Hey,
Um,
he was a young player, man. That will happen to young players. They need time to develop,
imagine
you
that.
know.
Imagine
That's
that.
all.
Yeah,
Continue on.
yeah. Not everybody can be Brock Purdy, C.J. Stroud. Some guys need that time to develop, and if you give it to them, they can reach like tremendous heights and potential. Yeah, no, I think, man, like this Niners team is rested. They're healthy. The Packers team is not rested. They're not healthy. They got the longest injury list I've seen ever. I looked at it from Friday. It was 20 people on that list. Now, a lot of them were able to play through those injuries, but then they went out and played the Cowboys, and I believe that their I can't think of his name, the corner was hurt.
Zaire Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander. He got hurt. There's a couple guys that got beat up on defense. So their list was 20 deep on Friday, and I'm expecting it to be about that deep, if not deeper, when they play the 49ers, and they got a short week. They got to fly out to the West Coast on Saturday, play these Niners who are healthy, rested. You know, Kyle's at the house right now just cooking, trying to figure out what he's gonna do.
Oh my God, I'm back at it again in the kitchen, and I'm cooking with my friends. You know what I'm saying? He on his Migos right now. Kyle and that Joker.
Yes.
And
I feel like Kyle probably does listen to Migos. He listens to Lil Wayne. I feel like Kyle's on that Migos too. But yeah, man, I just feel like the Niners got their number. The Niners are a superior defense to Dallas. I don't care. Sorry, Cowboys fans, if you're watching, it's just the truth. And their offense have been better as well. So you got a superior offense, superior defense to the Cowboys. We whipped the hell out. We beat the Cowboys 42-10. I believe what was it? 30. It was like 48 to what was it? 32 last night. But that was misleading. Honestly, there's a lot of junk points for the Cowboys. But I just think everything is really just set up. That's the advantage of being the one seed and having the home field advantage, having that bye week, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Niners are going to be ready for these Packers, and it's no disrespect to the Packers, but I think the Niners got it, man.
Also, I mean, yesterday, you can't hide now. You know, you can't be like that team that nobody knows what they can do or showing some things on film that you really got to worry about. They showing a lot of stuff on there where you like, oh, okay. Like these boys come out ready to play. So if you didn't get a sense of urgency last night watching that game, then something wrong with you. This is when coaching need to really be apparent. Hey, Kyle, I need you to call the captains and say, hey, I need you to get in touch with your group of guys. Everybody in the locker room got a group that they take care of, that they talk to, and they communicate with, how they get the pulse of the team, you know? Hey, your people, tickets and all that is Monday. If they ain't take care of it by last night, we done. We seen what just happened to the Cowboys. These people got belief right now. They got a quarterback that can do anything and everything on their field, and they got weapons. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, God dog it. Listen here. Let's tighten up. You know what I mean? And that's when leadership comes into play. I think the defensive coordinator will make sure that these guys are ready to play for Steve Wilkes, Eric Armstead coming back. That means you're going to have a focus on the rushing game because that boy Antonio Jones, or whatever his name is,
Aaron
nice. Jones was a problem. He was a problem. So we need to make sure we take care of that problem. We got to become a mathematician and know how to solve problems because he won.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big solution to that is Eric Armstead returning. The fact that Eric Armstead is back, I think that's huge, man. I think I've been guilty of underrating the importance of Eric Armstead on this team, and you see it when he's gone. So I'm hoping the reemergence of Eric Armstead to this team is going to definitely help stop the run game, because the 49ers definitely got to do that, and they make them one-dimensional. If you take Aaron Jones out of it, you put the ball in Jordan Love's hands, which isn't necessarily a good thing either, because Jordan Love has been balling, man. What's your take on Jordan Love, man? Like, give me your honest opinion on what do you think about Jordan Love, brother?
Versatile. And I mean versatile because his arm talent allows him to be versatile for us. His options, whether he has time in the pocket or whether he doesn't have time in the pocket. He has creative ways to get into certain angles and pockets and predictability as far as touch throws. And when I mean touch, I mean whether it's the bullet, it's the lob, it's the fluffy with a lot of air underneath it. Like he throws different types of balls in different situations to make the defense have to do something like terribly different because of his ability to escape out the pocket and change his angles. You know what I'm saying? So like I just think he showed poise and overall he got swagger, man. You know, he got some gonads, you know what I'm saying? And you got to respect that, man. So yeah, I think he looked like a problem too, and that we need to make sure we got a solution to take care of that as well.
Yeah, now one thing I'm not really extremely impressed with is their defense. I'm really worried about the Packers defense stopping this 49ers offense. I think this 49ers, they got some good players. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're trash, but I don't think they are built. Like I like what's his name? Smith, Gary, Savage.
Yeah.
Those guys are all good. Alexander's beat up, but outside of that, man, I don't see this Packers team stopping the 49ers offensively. Who do you think the 49ers go out and have a good day? How's Brock gonna do? How's CMC gonna do? What about those guys?
I think they can have an easy day if they just start off creating the atmosphere of like misery for the opposing on defensive line. If they set the tone, they're like, hey man, you're not finna come over here and out physical us like you thought you did last week against the Cowboys. That's what you ain't gonna do. And we will hit you in your mouth early and often just so you won't get the thought or the belief thinking that you can. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smack the taste out your mouth early and often just so you know we ain't them boys down there in Arlington, Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We these boys in the Bay. And you know what I'm saying? We about that life for real, for real. You see what I'm saying? And I think with that mentality, seeing these guys play last night, seeing what we're getting back, that's a rejuvenated team, supposedly. You know what I mean? As far as 49ers. Ty Gibson was on the other day, like, hey, man, we got the dogs.
Yeah, I saw that.
We got the experience. You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, we just got to conduct ourselves accordingly, and we should be able to go out there and do some damage. So, man, listen here. I think them boys, they like a pit bull on a short leash that you've been feeding hot sauce and tobacco to for about a week. You know what I'm saying? They got they got that bite, man. They ready to go out there and hunt.
Yeah, I think that's the key, man. Run the ball. Oh yeah, my boy Big Dez right here says the same thing. Run the ball, stop the run, right? If you can run the ball against this team, play 49ers defense, play 49ers offense, make it a balanced attack. Don't come out trying to pass like they did against the Ravens. You want to pass off the run. Do what 49ers do, man. It's that simple. As long as the 49ers come out and do what they do, nobody can beat this Niners team. Tashawn Gibson, what you said, man, he was on, I forget whose show he was on, but he was talking about that this is the best team he's ever been on in his entire career from a roster standpoint.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, he was on Sherman's show, right? Yeah, and Richard was agreeing, and this team is just stacked from top to bottom. So it's really nobody can beat this Niners team but themselves. If Brock Purdy comes out and, you know, look, there's been a lot of debate whether he's a game manager or not. On this coming game in this postseason, be a game manager. Yeah, that's what I want, man. I'm not saying he can't be more than that, but that's what they need from him. As long as he manages his game, doesn't turn the ball over, I don't see anybody beating him.
Like, keep it simple, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we need you to do what you need to do, we'll call you. But just for right now, the first 2 quarters, Christian, Eli, Mason, triple M's, Mason, Mitchell, and McCaffrey. Hey, guys. Hey, we finna set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen here, the law firm. We coming in here, you know what I mean? We finna sit here and bring down the verdict on you guys. And so that's what I'm excited to see. And I think Kyle saw that. He looked at them. He said, okay, they're going to try to come here and impose their will on us. Right. That's what you ain't going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's
what you ain't going to do. Here, I want to switch this up, man. There's a lot of coaching vacancies, and there might be more today. We'll see what happens with the Cowboys, man. But check this out, brother. There is, and Brian Culp asked this question, but 8 head coaching vacancies as of right now. New England, Chargers, Washington, Atlanta, Seattle, Carolina, Las Vegas, Tennessee, and I got a feeling Dallas is going to be on this list very soon. One of the hottest coaching candidates out there is our guy Jim Harbaugh, former 49ers head coach, just won the championship for Michigan. Where is Jim Harbaugh go, man? Brian wants to know if he's going to the Cowboys. What do you think, Jim Harbaugh? Where do you think Harbaugh goes?
I don't think he's going to the Cowboys. The older you get, the more you get stuck in your ways. And for somebody like Harbaugh, he's going to want something that I don't think Jerry is willing to relinquish just yet. You know what I mean? There had to be a big old peel of like humble pie he'll have to take before he allowed Harbaugh to get in there. You know what I mean? So I'm not that confident to believe that he will go down there, man. Not that. Probably.
I think Harbaugh, you're right. Like, and I'm gonna sorry to interrupt, but Harbaugh learned through being under Balky and the 49ers. He has earned the right to be in charge of who his GM is, and make those roster moves, those personnel moves, and be in charge of that. I think Harbaugh has earned that at this point in his career, and that's probably what he's looking for. And I think the Chargers are a team, they don't even have a GM. So Jim Harbaugh can hire his GM if he takes that San Diego spot, and he's got Justin Herbert right there. That'd be a good spot for him, man. What do you think about Harbaugh going to San Diego?
So they do have a guy by the name of Will McClay. He's manager of player personnel. So my bro, he's the guy behind the scenes that makes all the play. He's a brother, you know what I mean? But they give the title to somebody else, and he kind of play behind the scenes. And so he's somebody really close to the family. Been with them since 2007 or 8, you know what I mean? So he's a long tenure guy because he's always drafted good players. And so I don't believe he's going to go anywhere, and that would be a big thing that Jim will want to have. And a lot of people don't know that in the background, you know what I mean? So I definitely agree with you. He needs that type of control. I think the Chargers is a nice place. You got a lot of guys need to come off the books, that you pay good money to, but you still got a young quarterback, and that's what you need in this league. I think they lost the most game by the fewest amount of points there is in the National Football League over the last 4 years. So getting him and getting a team just like they got the talent, got some young guys who's coming along. You get some fresh early draft picks, and you out there in California. Most of the time, those guys want their kids to go to certain schools or things like that. So I think that's where he might, lean towards going. I mean, out LA, you know what I mean? So
yes. Yeah, no, I agree, man. If the Cowboys do get a coach, I don't feel like Jones will fire McCarthy unless he has a plan in place. Like, I don't think he's just going to toss McCarthy aside unless he has a plan in place. And that plan might be Bill Belichick, man. What do you think about Bill Belichick going to the Cowboys? Is that a possibility?
I think they're on a good timeline. Him and Bill being the little older statesmen, I think they can have the ability to look at something in a very short viewpoint or vantage point. So I can see them trying to make an extremely tight, disciplined, condensed plan for the next 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Or make it a 2 year with a option for a 3rd-year deal. Maybe at the end of just that contract, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. And when he extended, when Dak and Diggs come out the books, then we can establish that we want to continue to coach and let this go. But I still don't think Bill wants to go down to Dallas, though. I don't know. He don't look right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's an interesting one. Bill likes to have that control too, and everyone. That's the problem when you go to Dallas. Is Jerry Jones got all the control. But look, man, I want to talk to you about Niners. Before I do that, let me run this quick commercial. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so most of you guys know that I'm a real estate and mortgage broker in the state of California by now. At least I hope you do. I've been doing this since 2009. I've helped a ton of families. I love what I do. When I'm not talking 49ers on YouTube, I am helping people buy, sell real estate. I'm helping them get financed, refinance. That's what I do. I've been doing it since 2009. I would love to help you and your family. Please reach out. There's a link in the description where you can schedule a 30-minute appointment with me, and we could talk on the phone and figure it out and get you guys the house of your dreams. I appreciate it. All right, man. Hey, had to plug the biz. Twin, man. This is the question I wanted to ask you, man. I've been out of it since Monday. I took Tuesday through now off. I haven't been doing a show, so there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. One of the things I haven't been able to talk about yet, it's a few days old for some people, but For me, I haven't had this chance to speak on it or talk to you about it, but the vote is in. 7 49ers were named All Pro. First team was Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, Fred Warner. Second team, Brandon Ayuk and Charvarius Ward. What do you think about that list?
Similar to what we had last year, I believe. Same amount of guys, same old, instead of Debo, we got Brandon Ayuk, still got Kittle, still got McCaffrey, man. It just tells you that there's a level of consistency that you're getting out of these players from your skill position that a lot of teams don't have. And because of that, we're being rewarded. And then also kudos to the team and the team doctors. These guys have been healthy as well. We know with the 49ers over the last 5 years, injuries have definitely been something that's plagued us in multiple positions. To get into this playoffs being as healthy as we are right now, that's another thing. You know what I mean? Do people have nicks and nagging injuries? Yes. But there's nothing that I know of that is great significance that we look at and say, man, dog, this guy might be extremely hobbled besides Eric Armstead. But the guys you name is primarily on the offensive end. And so that means that we should be able to be explosive, consistent, and be money in the red zone as well.
Anybody left off that list that you think should have made it?
Nah. No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I mean, Brock, I can say Brock can make it. You know what I mean? That's an argument to be had. Besides Brock, I think everybody, I don't think Debo should make it. Kittle made it. Brandon made it. I mean, yeah, defensively, I don't think Greenlaw had a season better this year than he did last year. I think Gibson I think Gibson should have had a look at it. You know what I mean? Because it's 2 years in a row that he's played phenomenally as a safety. I mean, you just look at his numbers, his coverage percentage, his pass block ups, the things that he's done is at a very high level. You know what I mean? So besides him, I don't think Nick belongs up there, beyond, well, he could trade out for Micah Parsons. But I think the sacks actually messed up Nick this year. I think Micah had like 16, 17 sacks. So if Nick would have had like 14 to 15, he probably would have made it. But other than that, I don't think I can't think of nobody. What about yourself?
No, I mean, I think it's legit. Yeah, there's really no one else. I mean, Gibson's underrated. I would say Gibson. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's solid. Charvarius Ward, I could see being moved up to first team. Yeah, Brock not being on there is kind of, Brock is interesting, man. Like Brock Purdy is definitely interesting because he's balled out this year. Surprised a lot of people. But it is hard to fully judge him because he's in such a great offense, got all these weapons around him, and I think that's why people underestimate what he's able to do for this team. But he has been phenomenal from a statistical standpoint. So I could see Brock Purdy should be on here at least second team. So that kind of does surprise me, to be real.
Yeah. I think everybody do the regular, like, hey, I've seen Jimmy Garoppolo make him look like he's a starting top 12 quarterback in this league.
Yeah,
we know that, right? Like we've seen people say this, and we've had arguments about this over the last 4 years. And so I think some of the writers look at Kyle Shanahan's ability to draw open these plays for somebody like Jimmy Garoppolo, and then you give him someone that's athletic like Brock, and who still has a little more of a understanding when it comes to processing the game a little faster. They're like, okay, he's good, and that's how they're going to evaluate him. They're going to say he has, again, all pros on in the running back room, tight end room, in the receiver room. I think they're looking at that stuff, and I know people don't like to hear it, but that's how a lot of people are analyzing. If a quarterback played in this offense, what would their stats look? If this quarterback played in this offense with these pieces, what would their stats look like? I know it sounds like, man, that don't make no sense, or they don't understand the difficulties of this playbook and how everything's extremely intricate. They're not looking to all that. They just trying to look at it in the fantasy football framework. It's like, if you have these players over here, they should do the same thing. And so that's the unfortunate thing about what Brock has to go through, even though he's having a wonderful season.
Yeah, it's almost like, catch-22, because they expect you to play well because you're on this team. But when you play well, you don't really get no credit because you're on this team, right? So it's like you have to be phenomenal, or it's like just unheard of type stuff. And yeah, that does tough. I mean, I've been, I try to have fair analysis of Brock Purdy and these 49ers. And every player on this team, but I also can see like where it can be tough for Brock Purdy to assert himself as a legitimate top 5 type quarterback in the NFL because he's on this team. So that does make it tough for him. But here's the thing. He's got a great opportunity to do it this weekend or this postseason. If he can guide these 49ers to a Super Bowl victory, then I think that narrative will go out the window.
Oh yeah, I don't think we wouldn't even care, honestly. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the standard for this team or the apex is the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So once that happens, we know the trickle down effects, whether he gets the praise or not. 6 is there. He's forever cemented in the San Francisco lure. You know what I mean? He's now forever icon. And so that would supersede anything like, you know what I'm saying? He will have the respect of his peers, you know, and despite whatever writers may say, he will be that guy and the Bay will love him forever. So
for sure, man. And hopefully it happens. I feel like this is the year that it should happen. Sean Gibson said something similar this last week. I've been saying it all year. I think you've been saying the same thing. This got to be the year, man. Real quick, Twin, plug the channel, man, so people can subscribe to your channel.
Hey man, right here. I like the new writing you got, you know what I'm saying? The new fun and everything. My boy went over here, did a little editing, new decoration. I'm liking the new skins, you know what I'm saying? Keep on keeping on. But man, for real, y'all can find me at Twin Empire _ on YouTube. So it's just like Twin, well, it's not Twin Maker, but it's Twin Empire. So Twin Empire _ on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. And I definitely appreciate you guys, you know.
Next Monday, should it say Twin Empire on there or should it say Twin Maker? You let me know. You the boss.
We'll see. I guess Twin Empire is the title. Twin Makers, you know what I do. So it's all good.
Right. Hey guys, make sure you like and subscribe this video. Go to Twin's channel, subscribe to his channel. We're growing pretty quickly over here. Turn on your notifications. That way you are notified when we do go live. And remember, man, here's Twin. He left me. He left me before I was ready. I was like, where'd he go? Remember also, I'm giving away a jersey for every 49ers win during the postseason. So I expect the 49ers to win 3 more games. That means I'm giving out 3 more 49ers jerseys. You got to be subscribed to this channel because in order to comment, you got to be subscribed. And in order to win this jersey, you got to answer the trivia question correctly and quickly. You got to be the first. I'm going to be giving away a jersey out the show after every 49ers victorious win. And I got a feeling, man, we got 3 more in us, man. That's my feeling. Are we going all the way this year, Twin, man? That's the question, man.
Hey, man,
going all the way?
I think this year is for us. The stars are lining up the way that they need to. We just got to take care of business, man. So, hey, on paper and experience-wise, it's who's playing in the playoffs right now as far as experience-wise and just all together, hey, we the highest team smoking over here, man. So, look, hey, man, get your popcorn ready. That's all I got to say, man. This week will get real intense. I know that much, you know what I'm saying? We go feel that I ain't gonna say pressure, but just the energy of it all, man. So I'm geeked up, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I think this is the year. Shout out to everybody in the chat today. I appreciate you guys very much. I'm going to be on with Grant Cohn at 11 a.m. today, and then I'll be back tomorrow with Jesse at 9 a.m. Shout out to Eric Crocker for jumping in. Shout out to Twin for being here at every Monday as he is. And I will see you guys next time. Appreciate you.